Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Dr. Sean J. Harris here with Generational Wealth Academy. Great, terrific Thursday morning to everybody. I have a question I want to ask you. If you're not making the money that you want to make or have the time freedom that you want to have, how is that affecting your life? If you don't have the money that you want or the time freedom that you really desire, how is that affecting your life? I know for me, when I was in the military, I got my first car and everything, but I had what's called a car with instructions. Can anybody relate to that? Well, pretty much a car with instructions is when you loan your car out to somebody or somebody get in the car with you, you have to give them a series of instructions on how to carry themselves or conduct themselves in the car. Kind of like, hey, you got to kind of push on the door here and then roll the window up, or you got to get out of the car and turn the lock, turn it back, unlock it again. Your car just has special instructions that only you knew how to work the whole car. Without those instructions, I remember driving cars that had Maypop tires. Maypop tires are tires that may pop at any moment. Just riding around on ball tires. I remember going to the tire dealership and just having to ask them, hey, which tire can make it at least another month or another 2 months, and just change out the one that really needs the most attention, the one with the radio showing and kicking up sparks and stuff like that going down the road. So I've definitely had my bouts with financial concerns and not being able to do the things I wanted to do because of lack of money. Not being able to do the things I wanted to do because I didn't have time freedoms. Sometimes we have money but we don't have time. Other times we have a lot of time but we're not making the money that we want. But it's when you merge two together, that's when you create what's called lifestyle. You have both time and money freedoms. So I'm going to be doing a free workshop on tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Check the link in this live feed. I'll put a link in there for you to register. It's going to be 7 o'clock tomorrow, but I'm going to be getting into a lot of the basics about creating generational wealth, different tools, different strategies. Because I think a lot of times we hear the term generational wealth so often, but we really don't know how to put that together, how to put systems together, what systems work well with other systems so that you can interact different strategies and formulas and blueprints. Because I remember, man, just trying to do stuff on my own, that's the hard way, when you try to go at it alone. But the easy way was when I started getting mentorship, coaching, guidance, exposing myself, reading books, changing what I did with my time, who I hung around with. And I started really delving into using systems. See, think about it. When you drive your car, you have a series of systems in your car. You have the cooling system, you got the transmission system, you got the braking system, you got the electrical system, heating, cooling. You got so many different systems to a car. Just like we got systems to our body. You got the nervous system, the muscular system, so forth like that. So if all those systems aren't clicking on all cylinders, you're not going to get an effective ride. I went to my chiropractor yesterday. I've been having this lower back situation that's been kind of bugging me on and off. So when I went, my chiropractor told me, he said, Shauna, you're like way out of alignment. He said, I know you're not feeling your optimal as far as thoughts, as far as efficiency in the way you operate. He said, think about it. Your car drives you around. That's your mode of transportation. But we all know if you drive a car with the wheel alignment out, it's not going to be a comfortable ride. You're going to put wear and tear on your tires unnecessarily and at a sped up rate. I know that didn't sound right, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But same thing, he said your body is the vehicle that transports you around this planet. So if it's out of line, of course, you're not going to feel right. And after he did some adjustments, man, I felt like $1,000,000 because he put me in alignment. Same thing when I was building my success. I had to get into alignment with success strategies, success principles, success laws, money rules. It's methods to the madness. It's like you don't just get out here and just start creating generational wealth or success of any magnitude by just kind of doing what you want to do. because like I said, that's the hard way. See, I, 1, 2, 3, 4, we, 10, 20, 30, 40. See the difference? When you're trying to do this thing by yourself, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be hard. It's like a Clydesdale. A Clydesdale horse, I believe, can pull like 10,000 pounds alone. But when you put 2 Clydesdales together, they pull 40,000 pounds. That's more than twice the amount that they can pull individually. So, same thing when building business or accumulating or building generational wealth. Systems. I can't stress that enough. Systems is what gives me the time and money, freedom to do the cool things that I enjoy doing with my family. Just sitting out here listening to birds. I enjoy nature. Just listen to that. One of my palm trees over here to my right, there's a bird that built a nest. I left the nest alone, let him do what he's going to do, and after the eggs hatch, they got to go. But just to be able to enjoy things like that. Winds blowing, time freedom. Because time affords you opportunity to be able to think. When you think, you can have clarity and that gets you focused. I did a video yesterday about slowing down to speed up. Many times we get into this rat race and we're chasing so many different rabbits, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to do that, but you got to focus. My chiropractor even told me that yesterday. He was talking about chi, and he was like, you got to focus, because a lot of times my mind is like a Microsoft window, a computer with like 28 windows open at any given time. I just pull from this one, pull from that one, put that one back, compartmentalize my thoughts. But that's it's a skill or a talent. I don't know which one. I don't know if it's a gift or a curse. But many people can't do that. That is a gifting that I do have. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. But you got to really focus and get in alignment with different success principles to achieve those different things that you want to achieve in life. So that was just a question I wanted to ask you guys today. It's a question I ask myself continuously, because no matter what wealth level you attain or how much money you have, there's always a greater need to and for humanity that you can always use more. I think a lot of people, they just kind of get selfish, and I think they use it as an excuse sometimes to say, oh, I'm comfortable, or money isn't everything. Yeah, money isn't everything, but money can't buy everything. Think about that. I remember my grandmother passed, I think it was 2007, 2008. I think it was 2008. And I just remember that last day, I was able to spend the whole day with her before she transitioned out, because I didn't have to clock in. I didn't have to ask a boss for permission. I didn't have to ask if I could take leave time to go visit my grandmother. That's priceless. That's priceless. You can't get that kind of stuff back. Anytime my parents needed me and I needed to fly out like right then, I was able to do that because of time and money freedoms. Not having restraints or corporate handcuffs on me, telling me what I could and couldn't do. So money is as important as oxygen. Without it, life sucks. But it's the cool things you can do with money. You know, you hear people say, well, money is the root of all evil, the love of money is the root of all evil. And money is neither good nor bad. It only takes on the characteristic of the person who's in possession of it. If I just sit money here on the seat here, nothing's going to happen. It's just going to sit there. But it's when I take that money and apply it to good things that's going to help humanity or help my neighbor or my fellow man, fellow woman, that's when money is used effectively as a tool. And see, tools they just make a job easy. Think about it. If I had a block of wood and a nail, if I just hit that thing with my hand, it's going to be a very painful and bloody experience for me. But if I take that same block of wood, the nail, and a hammer, and just simply tap that nail, it's going to drive straight through the wood. So again, tools just make a job easy, and that's all money is. Money is just a byproduct of how many people we serve. So I never want people to get misconstrued about money or thinking that people chase money or, granted, some people do, But when you're building a successful business to make impact in the world, it's not about chasing the dollar. It's not about the money itself. It's what money can do. It's about memories that money can create. 3-4 years ago, I rented out an entire island for my family. We had a private chef. We had a private captain for the yacht, and the speedboat. We had concierge service, and it was just us on the island. We didn't have to share it with anyone else. We just walked around the entire island. Had a built-in beach. Had sea-doos, canoes, you name it. It was a incredible experience, and that's what money did in that instance. It just provided us with an opportunity to make memories. Healthcare. The type of healthcare you receive or don't receive is based on money. I had a mentor. How you doing, Felicia? I had a mentor many years ago. It's probably about 21 years ago. I remember I went to an event and he said, "Sean, how much money are you making in real estate?" I was the only person in the crowd that looked like me. And I think I was 27 years old. I said, "Hey, I make strong 6 figures a year." That was my thing. I said, "I make strong 6 figures a year." And I remember he looked at me and he just burst out in this hysterical laugh. I'm talking about a belly laugh. He just laughed and laughed and laughed. And I looked at him. I was like, "What are you laughing at? I do make 7 figures a year. I was 6 figures a year at that time." And he said, "Well, Sean, I'm not laughing that you make 6 figures. I'm just laughing that it takes you a whole year to make it." Whoa. Man, that took all the air out of me. I was like, wow. But I understood what he was saying. He said, imagine what you make in a year, making it in a month. Imagine what you're making in a month, making it in a week. In a week, in a day, in a day, in an hour. He said, that's how you grow. And then when you have that type of capital, how many people you can affect in a positive way and be a great value add. And speaking of the healthcare I was talking about, he said, listen, Sean, when you have money, you don't need insurance. I said, elaborate on that. What do you mean? At this time, I think it was like 2001, 2003. 2002. He said, Sean, the most expensive medical procedure right now costs $2 million, and that's a heart transplant. He said, Sean, I got $2 million just sitting over here for that purpose if I ever need it. He said, I don't need insurance. Think about how many times you've had homeowner's insurance, car insurance, whatever, and you never had to file a claim. You've never been in a wreck in 30 years. So think about having all that capital that could have been deployed elsewhere that was generating more money, and just the interest alone off of that could have paid for a $2 million heart transplant should you need it. So that gave me a different perspective, and that's all wealth and wealth building is. It's a mindset. It's how you think. My family and I, we think very differently than most people. Very different. But we also yield different results because of the thought process that we have. So some things we do, or most things we do, a lot of people look at me like, we don't understand why you did that. Why would you go out and rent an island for 7 days and pay the amount of money you paid per day? And I'll just tell you, it costs like $2,500 a night to stay there. But it didn't really matter because first, we created the memory. Secondly, it was tax deductible because we're business owners. That whole trip, everything we do, to a degree, we are able to deduct it in taxes. And let me give you an example. And I'm not giving tax advice, I'm not a CPA, so that's my disclaimer up front. But if you have an employee who makes $100,000 a year, and you have a business owner who makes $100,000 a year, well, the employee is taxed up front. Okay? So everything that this person does at work up until the 1st of May is practically free because they're taxed at 37% up front. But on the other side, the business owner who made $100,000 that year, he can go out or she can go out and buy a new company vehicle, buy equipment, merchandise, promotional items, take travel trips. Well, at the end of the year, there may only be $25,000 left over, let's say. Well, as business owners, they're only taxed on what's left over. So they both made $100,000, but who made the most money, who kept the most money, was the business owner. So tax laws were written for business owners, not everyday employees. But if you're in a 9-to-5 situation, you can still capitalize and leverage that by getting an LLC, a family LLC, and this way you're able to enjoy the same tax benefits that business owners enjoy. So it's different tools, strategies, formulas, blueprints, however you want to categorize it, that we live by, that we learn from mentorship, from coaches who's done this. You know, I'm an Air Force guy, Tara's a Navy girl, and you know, in the military they have what's called minefields. If you just go through the minefield at random, stepping where you please, it's a great chance that you're going to hit a mine and blow up. That's the same way with success. If you just try to go at it alone, it could be very risky and detrimental if you take too many wrong steps. But at the same time, if you have someone who went across that minefield successfully and they're waving you over, all you have to do is step exactly where they step. Listen to what they're telling you, and you're going to get the same results. And that's all. Got a little moth flying around here. That's all that we do and continue to do. That's how we raise Kennedy and Caden, is to be able to just watch proven examples and follow that. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. Just continue doing what successful people have done. It's like the grocery store effect. It's like when you go to the grocery store, you don't take everything off the shelf. You take off what you need, and that's where you're able to grow. So just a few thoughts I just want to talk about. Again, like I say, I am teaching a free workshop tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I'll attach the link here in the thread to click on, register. It's going to be 7 p.m. tomorrow night. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to share some of the key things we talk about. You need to know about advanced directives. You guys hear me talk about private family banking. Different strategies on how to purchase vehicles and houses. How to take a 30-year mortgage and pay it off in 7.5 years. These are some of the things we teach in Generational Wealth Academy. So click on the link, register for that course. And again, the big question that I have for everybody today is, if you're not making the money or have the time freedom that you desire, how is that affecting your life? Okay guys, take care. Make today a very productive day. Write down 3 ideas that can move you forward before the close of this week. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night on the workshop. Take care.